In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my real estate journey. And we're going to be starting with short-term rentals. But we're going to go over in today's video the different areas that we're going to take, okay? Different phases, different steps, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to be creating separate videos in each one of those areas. So for example, education. What YouTube channels am I watching? There's some great ones out there. Like for example, Short-Term Shop. So there's a wealth of information there. Bigger Pocket. You could sit there and listen to that YouTube channel for like weeks, I think, straight. So another area that you could, another YouTube channel, Rob Built, is another one. He's done a fantastic job, built wealth, pretty newcomer, relatively speaking, but very successful in just the short term that he's been doing it over the last few years. So I'll be going through all those different things. I'm also going to be doing some training, so I'll share that with you. The books that I'm reading, just all kinds of different things as an example. So education, building the business, figuring out what market that I want to be in, all the way to signing that first deal. And I want to take you along with me along the whole way. So I think it's going to be super exciting and I can't wait. Like, I'm scared, but you know, the more I learn, the less scared I get. I don't think you'll ever get past the complete sort of like, oh man, this is just crazy, especially the amount of money that you spend. I'm excited to launch this new video series for you guys. I got into real estate investment here, just super new to it, and I figured, hey, why not share the journey with everybody else that's doing it? So hopefully I'll inspire you if you're already thinking about doing it, or you're already started. Maybe you want to learn with me. I'm going to be super transparent. So if I make a wrong move, I'm not going to live on the sunny side of the mountain the whole time on this YouTube channel. I'm going to share everything with you. So do me a favor, hit that like on this video, comment below where you're at in your real estate journey. And if you want to become part of this family, I really do appreciate. This is a super new channel for me, so consider subscribing to it and let's build this community together. If you comment below, I'm going to respond to every single comment for as long as I can in this channel. So let's just build that community. Okay, so the new wealth plan, it's exactly that. For me personally, that's why I named the channel that, is because I'm typically, hey, I'm in my day job. We got your 401k, you might do some stock investments, the typical thing like that. And I really wanted to supercharge my real estate journey. And, just especially I'm 52 years old. So, while retirement and, 52 is still young, I guess by these standards.
Is this a movie?
No, it's YouTube, guys. I got a lot of videos.
YouTube.
I do want to start thinking about like making some passive income, if you can call it that. You still have to work for it, right? It's not like just getting a dividend from a stock or something like that. But I do want to start generating some wealth in real estate. And as everybody knows, real estate can really supercharge, even with today's market the way it is. And we'll have some videos on the market because interest rates, this is August 2022, and so interest rates are creeping up, but I see some of the housing coming down. So how does that work? And then obviously last year in the short-term rental, the 2021, from all my research, was a phenomenal year. 2020, 2021, because of the COVID, nobody was flying, and people were traveling and coming to the vacations on where they could travel by car. So anyway, that's kind of the reason why I wanted to get into it, start to build some cash flow on the side and do my side hustle here. So that's kind of the reason for me doing it. Now in today's video, I wanted to kind of go through the high level phases that I see. Now this could change. I'm still in my education phase, if you will. And like I said, I'm going to do some videos on each one of these phases. So the first phase is education. And again, I'm going to be sharing with you the YouTube channels, what courses that I plan on taking, because to me, I just want to spend as much time as possible. Okay. Number two, we want to make sure we look at the business. This is a business, right? So what's my value add, right? What is going to be my differentiator? That's the way I look at a new business. And with short-term rental, it's kind of interesting. I am going to be looking at, for example, do I need a LLC? I see both. I've been researching that already, and some say yes, some say no. So we're going to be going through that, probably do a video on that, kind of setting that LLC up. You don't need to pay anybody to do that. I'm going to be looking at some type of business insurance probably. We're going to get our tax ID and getting a checking account for the business and all that. But when you get a mortgage, typically, if you get a second home mortgage or a vacation home, it can't be in your business, right? Because it's really a vacation home, right? So do you get the loan and then transfer it over to the business? I don't know yet. So we're gonna be really figuring that out together, guys. Okay. Then, guys, we got to figure out the market. What market do we want to be in? And personally, there's different ways you can look at this. You can get into the market in your backyard. And again, I'm going to be doing some videos just in this phase here. But just kind of as a high level, you want to think about the market that you're going to be getting into. Do you want it in your backyard? Is it going to be long distance? For me, I'm probably going to be looking at the Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge kind of area. I love that, it's Airbnb friendly, or VRBO friendly, or short-term rental friendly. It's more of a vacation sort of community, right? And so nobody really lives there. It's all rentals, right? Short-term rentals for the most part. There's more rentals there than there are hotels, and that's kind of where I want to be, right? In a place like that. So I'm kind of that's where I'm looking at. I know now. But I'll be going through videos to basically explain what to think about when you're picking your market because, hey, you may be in California, right? Maybe you're looking at Joshua Tree or whatever. So there'll be some videos on that. Then, for me, it's about education, but it's also about running the numbers. And I've already started this, but I'll catch you guys up as well. I try to do 5 to 10 running property numbers at a time to see, the cash flow. There's always this cash on cash return is one metric. The folks that I talk to at short-term shop is the gross revenue, right? That's kind of your king number. There's different kind of numbers you need to do and then take away your expenses and what do you have left, right? I'll be going through sort of what tools I'm going to be using to calculate that, run the numbers. And there's also some tools like AirDNA and those type of things to be able to start, hey, for your price range and for this price that you're looking at on Zillow, what kind of revenue can you expect, right? So I think the more you kind of get in there and, it's going to be difficult at first, but the more you do, it's just like anything else. You got to be doing the reps, guys, right? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing the reps. So I'll bring you guys into that a little bit more. Okay, number 5, find a realtor, find a mortgage broker, and start to think about and get pre-qualified for the type of home that you can get to, right? So it's very important because you're working the numbers, finding the right realtor. And for me, I'm also leaning towards the short-term shop. They specialize, they have markets all around that they specialize in. Smoky Mountains is one of those. So I'm probably gonna and I've already talked to him, and it's just been a wonderful experience so far. So, but finding the right realtor that knows short-term rentals, I think is huge, right? You're going to want to do that. So that's one of my biggest advice that I can point to already. Okay, number 6, kind of found one. You're making some offers, okay? Make them offers, make the offers, make the offers. Find what you want and try to get the deal. Now, I think we're in a little bit better shape now to be able to get points paid and that sort of thing. We'll see. That next phase is getting your first deal, right? So I'm going to vlog that, take you through that whole process as well, which I think it'll be really cool. Number 7, so you've got the property, now you're ready to make some money and get it going, but you're going to have to prep it, and that includes a lot of different things. Again, professional photos is the one thing that I listen to all these different videos. Professional photos. I cannot take photos. I don't know how this is going to come out, but I can't take photos of properties, right? That takes skills, man. Even professional photographers can't really do it that great unless they're really geared up for it, right? So I'm definitely going to take advantage of that and take the lessons of like Rob Built and Bigger Pockets and those other YouTube channels. The Real Estate Robinsons are another one. Great content, and they're pretty new too, and doing super well. So a lot of great following their journey as well. But it's also about the right furnishings. Some of them come already furnished. So in the Smoky Mountains, that's the case most of the time, unless it's a brand new construction, or maybe someone lived there and they're taking all the stuff. I don't know. But for the most part, I think all those properties come furnished, which is awesome. So all those different things, getting the right tools to get ready for the property management. Number 8, you want to list a property. So what tools do you want to use to price that, right? And so there's some tools out there, and again, we'll be going through all that as well. There's things that'll help you price it where you just don't set it and forget it, right? That's the worst thing that you can do, and that's all about being your own property management, which is what I want to do. You don't want to give up to a property manager and pay 25% on average. That's just crazy for short-term rentals. Is way up there to property manage, because you got to think about it. It's more transactional, right? It's not like you're working with a tenant. You want to make sure that you pay attention to the pricing and start. And when you're starting out, I'm going to probably ratchet down. We'll figure all those things out, guys. Next, you want to build your team, right? That's especially a good cleaner company that's going to take care of you. Again, you're going to be checking people out. The cleaner has to come in, so you're going to need the right software, the applications, the management software that's going to help automate a lot of that. But you're really going to need some good cleaners, and my understanding is don't cheap out on that, which is very good advice, and I appreciate that from other YouTubers. Building your team, your handyman, maybe a backup handyman, right? And the cleaners as well. So that's kind of the next phase. Okay, now you get all this set up. You kick back and you're like, all right, Stan, let's see what we got here. And you open an Airbnb, you're just waiting for those bookings to start rolling in. Well, there's also a property management. So this is where the work begins. And so you can have the tools to help automate the messages. Hey, welcome. I'm glad you checked in. Here's some helpful tips. Here's a reminder before you check out. So there's all kinds of things that you can do to help automate that, but you're still going to have those questions that come in that you're going to have to manage, that pop up on your phone, right? It says, hey, the remote won't work. Where's the extra batteries, right? So I know there's a lot to that, dealing with problems that come up, and maybe even a little pre-screening as well. But I think my plan is to go a little soft on all those, not be a real hard nose on all those type of things coming out of the gate, with the goal of trying to get some good reviews and building some good relationships and with our hosts and with our guests, and as we start to build that up. And then the next step is really just, the next phase is going to be rinse and repeat. I'm going to try to just keep putting the money into the single pot, and I'm going to keep basically building that up to buy my next place. So we're going to rinse and repeat that. So that's just a high level, guys. And again, I'm going to be vlogging. I'm going to be walking you through every step of the way, the good, the bad, the ugly. And so I hope you appreciate it. And again, thanks for hanging out with me, and we look forward to talking to you on the next video.